you're ignoring something big. Every day, hidden signs appear around you. But do you see them? Most people don't. But once you do, your life will never be the same. Chapter 1. Are you ignoring the small miracles in life? Every single day, life presents us with tiny manifestations of the extraordinary. But most people are so caught up in their routines that they completely miss them. The sunrise painting the sky with surreal colors, a stranger's unexpected smile, an old friend reaching out at just the right moment. All of these are small miracles. But instead of noticing them, we rush through life, unaware that we are surrounded by signs and synchronicities waiting to be acknowledged. The truth is, miracles aren't missing from your life. You're just not looking in the right places. We live in a world where everything moves too fast, where distractions fill every spare moment. We wake up already thinking about what we need to do next, go through the day on autopilot, and collapse into bed without ever truly experiencing the moments in between. But what if you made a conscious effort to shift your perspective? What if, instead of seeing life as ordinary, you started to look for the hidden messages the universe is constantly sending you? Science has already proven that what you focus on expands. If you're always noticing negativity, your reality will reflect that. But if you start shifting your attention to the subtle beauty of life, suddenly, you'll see it everywhere. It's just like when you learn a new word, and suddenly, it seems to appear everywhere you go. The universe is always communicating. It's just waiting for you to listen. So let me ask you something. How many miracles have you overlooked today? If you don't know, that might be your answer. But don't worry. Learning how to recognize them is easier than you think. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the world of synchronicities and uncover the secret patterns hidden in your life. Once you see them, you'll never look at the world the same way again. Are you ready? Chapter 2. How to recognize synchronicities in everyday life. Have you ever had one of those moments where something just feels too perfect to be a coincidence? You think about someone you haven't spoken to in years, and suddenly, they text you. You keep seeing the same number on the clock, license plates, receipts, almost as if it's following you. Or maybe you randomly pick up a book, open to a page, and the words seem to speak directly to what you're going through. These are not just random events. These are synchronicities, hidden messages from the universe, nudging you in the right direction. Synchronicities work like an invisible thread weaving through your life, connecting events, people, and opportunities in ways that might not seem logical at first. But the more you notice them, the more they seem to happen. It's like when you decide to buy a specific car, and suddenly, you start seeing that exact model everywhere. That car was always there. You just weren't tuned into it before. The universe operates the same way. The key isn't to force synchronicities to happen, but to become more aware of them when they do. Each person has their own unique signs from the universe. For some, it's a specific number like 1111, appearing repeatedly as a subtle confirmation that they're on the right path. For others, it's finding feathers in unexpected places, hearing the same song multiple times, or even encountering the same person in different, seemingly random situations. The universe speaks in whispers, through patterns, symbols, and feelings. The real question is, are you paying attention? The moment you stop brushing off these experiences as just coincidences and start asking yourself what they mean, something shifts. You begin to understand that nothing is truly random, that life is always in motion, aligning events in ways beyond your understanding. And once you tap into this awareness, your ability to notice synchronicities skyrockets. But how do you take this awareness and turn it into something tangible? How can you train your mind to recognize more of these signs? In the next chapter, we'll explore how gratitude can dramatically amplify your perception of synchronicities, unlocking even more hidden miracles in your daily life. Get ready to shift your reality. Chapter 3: The Power of Gratitude in Noticing Life's Small Miracles. If you knew that gratitude had the power to completely transform your life, would you start practicing it today? The truth is, most people only feel grateful when something big happens. Getting a promotion, receiving an unexpected gift, or finally achieving a long-awaited goal. But what about the small things? The warmth of the morning sun on your skin, the sound of laughter, a quiet moment of peace in the middle of a busy day. These moments are the real miracles. But how often do you stop to appreciate them? Gratitude is not just an emotion. It's a powerful frequency that can change the way you experience reality. When you begin to acknowledge and appreciate even the smallest details of life, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Suddenly, you start seeing more reasons to be grateful, and as a result, more good things come your way. It's almost as if the universe is saying, "Oh, you noticed? Here, take more of it." But here's where it gets really interesting. Gratitude doesn't just change your perception, it actually changes your energy. When you make a habit of appreciating the little things, you naturally raise your vibration. And people who vibrate at a higher frequency attract more synchronicities, more opportunities, and yes, more of those small miracles that most people completely miss. So how do you make gratitude a daily habit? One of the most powerful exercises is keeping a gratitude journal. Every night before bed, write down at least 3 things you are grateful for that day. They don't have to be extraordinary. Just something that made you smile, something that gave you comfort, or even something challenging that taught you a lesson. Over time, you'll start noticing more and more things to be thankful for, and your mindset will shift in ways you never imagined. The question is, are you willing to change the way you see the world? Because once you do, you'll realize that miracles have been happening all along. You just weren't paying attention. But how does slowing down and becoming more present help you unlock even deeper levels of awareness? In the next chapter, we'll explore why the pace of your life determines how much of it you actually see. Chapter 4: Why slowing down helps you see the miracles around you. We live in an age of speed. We wake up in a rush, gulp down our coffee, check notifications before even getting out of bed, and go through the day on autopilot. But have you ever noticed that the most profound moments in life happen when you're truly present? The truth is, it's not that miracles aren't happening. It's that we're too busy to notice them. Modern life has stolen something essential from us: our connection to the now. When was the last time you stopped to watch a sunset? Not just as a passing glance, but as an experience. When was the last time you really listened to the sound of the wind, the rhythm of your own breathing, or the laughter of a loved one? These small pauses are portals into presence, and presence is the only way to recognize the miracles that are happening all around us. Think about children. They experience life with wonder because they aren't trapped in endless to-do lists or worries about the future. They live in the moment. That's why a simple butterfly or a puddle of water can fill them with excitement, because they're paying attention. But as we grow up, we trade curiosity for urgency, constantly chasing the next task, the next goal, the next moment, forgetting that life is happening now. So, How do you slow down in a world that never stops moving? It starts with simple habits. One powerful practice is conscious breathing, taking a minute to close your eyes and focus on your breath, feeling the air entering and leaving your body. Another is intentional slowness, where you deliberately slow down everyday actions. Whether it's drinking your tea, walking down the street, or even eating your meals. It may seem insignificant, but these small adjustments completely rewire how you experience reality. And here's the magic of it. When you slow down, you don't just see more, you feel more. Patterns start emerging, synchronicities become clearer, and intuition becomes sharper. But don't just take my word for it. There are real-life stories of people who experienced incredible transformations just by learning to be present. In the next chapter, we'll explore some of these stories and prove that the world is far more magical than most people realize. Chapter 5. Real stories of people who witnessed everyday miracles. Sometimes, all it takes is one powerful story to realize that small miracles are happening all the time. These aren't supernatural, out-of-this-world events. They're simple moments that change everything. A person taking a different route to work and avoiding a major accident. Someone who, for no logical reason, felt the urge to call a friend, only to find out that they desperately needed support. Are these just coincidences? Or are they proof that the universe is constantly whispering to us? Take Mariana's story, for example. She was going through one of the hardest times in her life, filled with doubts about her future. One day, while walking through a park, she spotted a small, folded note on the ground. Curious, she picked it up and read the words, "Trust the process. Everything is aligning." It sent chills down her spine. It was exactly what she needed to hear at that moment. Weeks later, she discovered a job opportunity that felt like it was made for her. With renewed confidence, she applied, and got it. Then there's Pedro. Every morning, he took the same bus to work. But one day, he overslept and had to take a different route. On that ride, he ended up sitting next to a stranger, and they struck up a conversation. That stranger later became his mentor, leading him to a career change that completely transformed his life. If Pedro had caught his usual bus that morning, he never would have met the person who helped him unlock his potential. Sometimes, what seems like a setback is actually divine redirection. Stories like these aren't as rare as you might think. If you ask the people around you, you'll realize that many have had similar experiences. Times when the right message, the right person, or the right opportunity showed up at the perfect moment. The difference is that some people recognize these signs, while others dismiss them as luck or chance. But what if you could train yourself to notice these small miracles more often? What if there was a way to sharpen your awareness and open your eyes to the hidden magic of everyday life? In the next chapter, you'll discover practical exercises to develop this ability and start seeing the world in a completely new way. Get ready, because once you learn these techniques, you'll never see life the same way again. Chapter 6. Exercises to increase your awareness of small miracles. If small miracles are happening all the time, why do some people notice them while others don't? The answer lies in awareness. The good news? Awareness can be trained, just like a muscle. If you want to start recognizing more signs, synchronicities, and hidden messages from the universe, here are some simple yet powerful exercises that can transform your perception. The first technique is the Synchronicity Journal. For 1 week, write down every unusual coincidence, repeated sign, or unexpected event that catches your attention. Maybe you keep seeing the same number sequence, hear the same phrase from different people, or run into someone you've been thinking about. At first, these occurrences might seem random, but over time, you'll start noticing patterns. And that's when things get interesting. Another powerful exercise is the conscious observation challenge. Pick a specific object, a butterfly, a feather, a particular number, or even a certain color. As you go about your day, make a mental note of how often this symbol appears. This simple game trains your brain to filter out distractions and focus on subtle messages you might otherwise overlook. And don't be surprised if the universe starts responding by showing you even more of these signs. A third technique is presence meditation. Set aside 5 minutes each day to simply sit in silence and observe your surroundings. Listen to the sounds, feel the air on your skin, notice the details around you. The more you train yourself to be present, the more attuned you become to the messages the universe is constantly sending. The key to noticing miracles is to slow down and pay attention. Now, here's a challenge for you. Over the next 7 days, practice at least one of these exercises and see what happens. You might be surprised at what you start to notice. The truth is, the universe has been communicating with you all along. You just needed to tune in. But now that you have these tools, what will you do with them? Are you ready to fully embrace this new way of seeing the world? The next step is simple, yet life-changing. Now you know, small miracles have always been there. The problem was never their absence, but your lack of awareness. Synchronicities, signs, hidden messages, they're happening around you every single day, just waiting for you to notice. But knowing this isn't enough. The real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue moving through life on autopilot, missing the opportunities unfolding in front of you? Or will you start looking at the world with new eyes, ready to receive the messages meant for you? Here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, be fully present and write down every unexpected sign, every coincidence, every little moment that feels like the universe is speaking to you. At the end of the week, look back and see what patterns emerge. And then, come back here and share your experience in the comments. I want to know what you discovered. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to see the small miracles in their own life. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could change your perspective. And before you go, watch the next video that will open your mind even further. You don't want to miss this.